Before the internet, there was pen and paper, and that is what we are going to use to start designing our website. By now, you have already surfed the internet for many hours and come across websites that have really impressed you. I want you to go back to them, copy the names, and write down what you like about them. Take note of the colors used, fonts, font sizes, banners, menus, how images are displayed, any kind of animation, and what information and content they have on their website. Write as much as you can, what you like and what you don't like. Next, we are going to think about your content. What other things you want to present? Put all these ideas on a page or use separate pages representing your website and start writing out important headings and connecting headings with lines and arrows, whichever way you want to do it. We are creating the structure of your website and how people are going to navigate around your website. My website is going to be a vegetarian restaurant franchise, and the content I would like to display will be our story because I like a personal touch. Put a story there. I've got a menu that's going in there, a map, the contact, and of course the story. And I'm going to have a news item as well and different news stories from different locations on our franchise. And I might even put a recipe out on there as well, recipe link. Just for laughs. If your business has different products, you could create categories for them. Just remember to be logical, using a hierarchy if required. The one thing about my news is that I'm going to have those separate categories. I know I want to talk about specific news from different areas where our stories are. So we've got Sydney, Brisbane and Gold Coast, and that's what it's going to look like. The last thing I want to talk about before we work on the computer are assets for your website. This means images, videos, music, text, banners, etc. If you haven't done so already, start collecting assets. Make sure the size of the images are high quality and not so large to load. A great resource for images for commercial use is Pixabay. Now, another tip is if you are running an e-commerce or shopping cart website and are wanting to have some kind of image gallery or display, be mindful of your images being uniform in aspect ratio. What that means is crop them to, like a 4:3, the original photo size, 16:9, or a 1:1 ratio, like a box and Instagram. Now, failing this, and you will have them different shapes, and when represented together, they may look all over the place and not very neat. So keep them the same ratios. One last tip is to get images in .png files with transparent backgrounds, especially important for logos. Get your graphic designer to give you a high-res .png file. It could mean the difference between looking good and looking very professional.